Now let's take a look at how to adjust margins and set page orientation. Now margins are the spaces around your document you are printing. Now let's take a look at how to set margins around our document. These are the white spaces around your workspace, or let's say your documents that will be printed. Now to set that, go to page layout and then select margins. And then now we have different margin options here. We have normal, wide, and narrow, right? So I prefer normal. Now let's go to print preview and see how the margin works. Now this is the margin we are talking about. This is the left margin. This side is the right margin. This is what we call the top margin. And then below there is an invisible margin. To make it appear, let me activate it so that we can all see it. So these are the margins. This is the bottom margin. This is the left margin. Sorry, the right margin. And then this is the left margin. So take note of that. Now let's take a look at how to set page layout, right? Or what we call orientation. How to set page orientation in Excel. Now, page orientation refers to the position of your document. Now, there are basically two main types of orientation. We have what we call landscape and portrait. With landscape, the document height is shorter than the width. So this means that the width is longer than the height. That is landscape. Now, when you are in portrait mode, you realize that the height of the document is longer than its width. So let's take a look at the illustration here. Now this is portrait. As you can see, the white sheet over there, the height is longer than the width. But now when you take a look at the landscape option, you realize that the width is quite longer than the height. To set the orientation of a document, make sure you click on the page layout tab, click on orientation, and then select the orientation of your choice. Now let's take a look at how to change the paper size. Now as you can see, normally the default paper that is used for printing is A4. But not only that, we have a lot of paper options that are used, in fact paper sizes that are used in printing nowadays. Now to be able to set the paper size or the size of paper you want to use to print, now the same place, head on to the page layout tab. Now click on size under page setup and then select the paper size of your choice. As you can see, mine is currently at letter. Selecting A4 sets the page's paper size to A4. Now the next thing we'll be taking a look at is how to set header and footer. Now, if you have any text that you want it to be repeated throughout your document, you add it as a footer or header. Now, the header is the space at the top of your document, and then the footer is the space at the bottom of your document. Now, let's go to the page. Let's go to the print preview so that you see I can illustrate where the header and footer appear. So this side, which is the top margin, right? This is where your header will appear. So any custom text that you feel like repeating it throughout your document appears within this section. Now the footer is the bottom part of your document, so it's the same. Any text you feel like repeating throughout the document appears within this section. The next thing we'll be taking a look at is how to use the autofill command. Now to do that, let's add a new sheet. Now to add a new sheet, you click on the new sheet command, the addition side on your right before the status bar. Just click on it. So I have a new sheet in my document. Now let's demonstrate how to use the autofill command. First, we need to know what the autofill is. Now this is where the autofill is located. Anytime you select a cell, look at the bottom right corner of that cell. You see a certain four square dot. Can you all see it? I'm talking about this, the dot over there. Now placing the mouse pointer on the dot changes to a cross sign, a black cross sign. Can you all see it? Not this. This is used for moving the cell. Now this is used for selecting the cell. Note the cursors you are seeing. This moves the cell. This selects the cell. But now this is used to select the autofill command. Now let's take a look at how the autofill command works. Assuming I have one, I want to write 1, 2, 3 up to 10. I don't want to stress myself in doing that. Now, this is what you are supposed to do. Type 1 first, type 2 in the next cell to establish a pattern. Select both cells. Now, right now, you've established a pattern for the program to follow. It means anytime you move down, you should increase the figure by 1, right? So place the mouse pointer on the autofill, drag down. You see the figures keep increasing automatically. That is how the whole thing works. Now, let's try our hands on another one. Let's generate list of odd numbers. Odd numbers. As you already know, odd numbers are numbers that are not divisible by 2, right? So let's begin with the first odd number, which is 1, and then 3. Now, this is a pattern that the computer can use to generate the rest of the digits. So put the mouse pointer on the autofill command, click and drag. As you can see, it has increased it by the pattern that we just created. Now, below, you just add 2 to get the next figure. So 1 plus 2 gives us 3, plus 2 gives us 5. 5 plus 2 gives us 7. 7 plus 2 gives us 9. So based on the pattern that we established, we've been able to generate list of odd numbers. The same thing applies if we want to generate list of even numbers. The first even number is 2. Next is 4. We've established a pattern for the program to follow, right? So to be able to generate the rest, select the 2 cells, click on the autofill, now click and drag. It has generated it for us. Now the same thing applies to the days of the week. Monday, Tuesday. Now we have both days selected, I mean created. We've entered it. Now to generate the rest, just click and drag. Can you see it? It has generated up to Sunday. It has started again. Now let's take a look at how to write simple formulas in Excel. Now from what we have on our screen, we are to find the total number of students in each class. We have students in B7A, B7B, B7C with their male students and female students. As usual, to get the total students, you need their male plus their female student, right? Now let's begin. Now, anytime you are entering a formula in Excel, take note of this. Excel formulas begins with the equal to sign. The equal to sign alerts Excel that what you're about to enter is a formula. To find the total number of students in B7E, type your equal to sign first. The first cell reference, which is cell B2, right? So B2, and then your arithmetic operator, which is addition, plus C2. Now you can see all the cells selected, these 2 cells. Now pressing enter on the keyboard will produce the answer. Now the same thing applies to the second one, which is B7B. To find the total number of students in B7B, you need their male number and their female number. And the male number is located in cell B3, female is located in C3. So now let's do the computation. Begin with a equal to sign, and then cell B3 plus C3. Now both cells selected, press enter to get the same number. Now the third one, we are going to use the autofill. The autofill can generate the rest of the formulas for us. So make sure the cell that contain any of the formulas is selected. Now click and drag for the autofill to generate the rest of the formulas for us.